Welcome to MarcusG.tv. I'm Chef Marcus Giuliano. I'm a chef on a mission. Today's mission is, I want to say, like, ethical business practices. So I finally broke down and went to a Walmart after 14 years, maybe 13 years, something like that. So I finally broke down and stepped foot in a Walmart. Now, if you live in Ellenville, if you know of Ellenville, we just recently got a Walmart. We got a Walmart, actually 10 months ago we got a Walmart. And I am so anti-Walmart. And it's not that, you know, believe me, I'm not 100% perfect in my buying practices, but I really strive to make a conscious effort and make the better decision. So it's always about making the better decision. It's so hard to get anything that's not made in China these days, or in impoverished countries where they're taking advantage of the workforce. Like Indonesia is just probably the worst possible case. You know, I mean, they paid some of these employees, 20 cents an hour. These women, seamstresses in the U.S. make $29 an hour. That's a going wage. So you can see why corporations have migrated all of their production overseas into China, into Asia, because it's just more so advantageous for them to make money. And the funny thing is they haven't lowered their prices. They're still charging full price. So I consider Walmart to be between their unfair, between the way that they actually buy their products and dictate the market to the way that they treat their employees and the little that they pay their employees I call them Welfare-mart, because they encourage their employees to get government assistance because they don't pay them enough. And yet Walmart is one of the most profitable, biggest companies out there. So I feel for the power that they have, they do a very bad example on the ethical level. On the social level, they just don't do it properly. And they're notorious for this, and this is how they've grown, because they offer cheap products at the cost to our environment and at the cost to the welfare of the employees that they pay to make the stuff, and of course their current employees that actually work the store. So I didn't want to go into Walmart, but I finally broke down and had to go in there for something. And I always make a joke, like when I go to Ace Hardware or when I go to other local stores and I get something, I'm like, another trip saved to Walmart, guys, thank you very much. Living in a small community, or really any community, it's so important to support local businesses. Local businesses that have real owners, that do real things for the community, that are part of the community. So for me, Walmart doesn't do any of that. They might give money here and there, but really what they're doing is they can do the job so much more efficiently. Their hardware section, their bike section, whatever it is, they can do it so much more efficiently than your locally owned store in town, that they end up undercutting the stores and end up putting all these stores out of business. There's many documentaries that have been made out there on the devastation that Walmart does to a local business community. So it was quite a controversy when Walmart was coming to the Ellenville area. They went into Napanock, into the old Jamesway Plaza. They tore it down, and it was an eyesore. I actually had a dream last night that they actually went out of business. That Walmart went out of business here. It's one of the first Walmarts to actually close their doors so they couldn't make it. It was, I could only wish that could happen. So they put these other stores out of business because what another store can do with 5 employees, they can do with like 1 or 2 employees. So they've just mainstreamed everything, and the size of the store and the amount of things they offer, that you just can't compete. If you're a small guy, it's very hard to compete. So my rule has been, since Walmart's open in my community, is that, okay, I'm gonna go there only if it's like midnight or some odd hour that I absolutely need something that I can't go buy anywhere else in town. Now, would I drive to Middletown to go to another big box store and buy something I could buy in Walmart? I probably would, because there's big box stores everywhere. So it's just a matter of choosing the best of the bigger box stores if you can't find an independent, right? So I consider Walmart my last possible option. I'll go to other places first, like Dick's Sporting Goods. I don't like the place. There's a lot of stores that I just don't like, but I would go there before I'd go to Walmart, okay? Because they have better practices, better ethical practices, better social practices, better community practice, whatever it is. They have better practices than the Walmart. So I broke down. I went at 6:30 in the morning. My son, on his phone, broke his case to cover his phone. He was on his way to camp that morning, like at 7:30. And I know my son, he's very hard on everything that he has. And he has a phone with no case on his way to camp. where they go swimming, where they zip line, where they go hiking, where they do all kinds of things. I'm like, my son is going to crack his phone. So I said, okay, it's 6:30 a.m. The only place I have is Walmart. So I went to Walmart, my local Walmart. So I went there and bought a phone. Spent, bought a phone case. Spent, 30, 40 bucks on two things I ended up buying there when I was there. I needed something else because his phone charger was broke as well. So I bought him a phone charger. So that's my trip to Walmart. You know, like I said, I'm not perfect. I'm not 100% perfect, but I really strive to make every decision, especially in my restaurant as well. I'm anti-big guys in the restaurant. I'm anti-Diageo, anti-Budweiser, all these big brands, all these conglomerates, General Mills, you name it, ConAgra. I'm anti all of those because they don't represent what it really costs to make a product. When you go to a farmer's market and you buy chickens there, you buy beef there, you buy vegetables there, that's the true cost of producing something in your community, okay? Buying something where they kill 400 animals an hour like beef in a major processing plant, where they can just undercut everybody else, and they set the standards of poor work environment, of poor price paying, of the auction prices, that doesn't represent the real value of what it costs to make that food. Okay, a lot of these guys get subsidies. They get, there's a whole bunch of things just down the road. The guy growing the corn to feed their cattle is getting subsidized from the government to grow corn as opposed to growing real organic produce on the farms. So, what I do in my restaurant is the exact same what I do in my personal life. It's my passion. So now, of course, local's great, local's wonderful, but we can't buy local all the time because it's impossible to buy local avocados, local limes, local sugar, whatever it is. Local cognac doesn't exist. Cognac comes from Cognac, France. So my rule is in the restaurant, if I'm buying something from abroad, it has to come from an independent who actually owns and gives back to their community. There's a lot of research you can do on companies now and find out who these companies are. You can get on the internet, you can get on the phone, you can have dialogues, emails with these people. You can meet. For me, I get to meet a lot of the producers because they come to the U.S. to show their products. They come to the shows, the tastings, the expos, the events, and they come here so I can actually talk to the winemakers from Bordeaux. I can talk to the cognac maker. I can talk to the lady who owns the tequila plant. So I can have great conversations and get to know these people on a one-to-one basis, on a personal basis, as opposed to looking into a liquor catalog and buying, a brand that is just a brand. That's all it is. It's a brand to a big corporation. It's helping the CEO buy a third vacation home as opposed to a real family paying for dance lessons for their daughter or baseball practice, Little League for their son. That's the kind of people that I want to support. So that's why I'm so anti-Walmart, because anti-Walmart has none of those values. So that's my opinion on big box shopping and my breakdown of walking into Walmart. I really wished I could consciously or ethically or morally minded walk into this Walmart that's close to me, because it would save me from going to all these other places, and it would save me money. But I just can't get past that. I can't get past what their history is, what their mission is, and what they do. I just can't get past that. So for me, it's not worth it to support the Walmart. So that's why I have not been to a Walmart in over 13 years. First time I set foot into a Walmart. I'm Chef Marcus Giuliano. Thank you for watching this video. If you like my video, please hit like, subscribe to my channel, and definitely pass it on.